you like to call your first witness?
Yes, I would like to call Creon.
All right, decorum in the court, please.
The job is to make sure that people are protected. The health of the state is more important as it ensures protection of the people. That means that I have to instill measures to guard against dangers that might menace the security and health of the nation as a whole.
And as a leader of a country, like you are, how do you protect your people?
You cannot have 100% security and 100% privacy. Thinking of my nation as a whole, I have to make tough choices to protect my people. If it means very minor and small infractions on privacy to ensure 100% security, then that's what it takes.
Prosecution, would you like to offer a rebuttal?
Yes. I'm glad they brought up Creon because as we've seen, one of Creon's fatal flaw is his failure to recognize that natural law also has a significant impact on our daily life and it should be protected under positive law. And one of the things that Creon believes in is everyone should obey the law. That helps keep order in the society because if one person breaks a law and you let them get away with it, that introduces chaos and other people believing that they can break the law as well. As we have proven before, the NSA has broken the law before and they have not been punished. What Creon would want us to do is punish the NSA for breaking the law because upholding the law is one of the most important things that we can do.
Well, the NSA has been punished for not obeying the law. There have been hundreds of people that have been fired and put in jail since 2001 for not obeying the law. You can't have 100% security and 100% privacy. Small infractions on privacy is necessary to defend this country. Thank you.
Okay. Defense, would you like to call your next witness, please?
I would like to call up the Washington Times reporter for the NSA.
Objection, Your Honor. We move to strike the witness. There's a lack of foundation regarding the witness on the Google Doc, limiting our access to information and our opportunity to build a cross-examination to advocate our case. All evidence was to be submitted on the document with specific details such as the name or the organization that the witness comes from by Friday, November 14th at 1:08 p.m. The defense failed to submit these details. Therefore, Your Honor, we move to strike this witness from the case.
All right, after consulting with the clerks and Parks and Kiefer, the parties involved, here's what's going to happen. While the defense did not adequately link their source with their witness, they did in fact provide the reporter and they did in fact provide the article. The prosecution has had access to this article, but didn't necessarily have the correct information to link the article to the reporter. So what we will do is I will give 1 minute to the prosecution to review and make the link since they've already had time to read and analyze the article. So we will quietly recess for 1 minute while the prosecution takes a moment to gather their thoughts and link the two since they've had access to the two. So we will take 1 minute, clerks.
May I clarify, was it Washington Times?
Yeah. Yes. So, 1 minute, and then we'll get that together. Order in the court. Being mindful of time, we do need to carry on. Defense, let's call your first witness. Second witness.
I would like to call Washington Times reporter for the
Jennifer Harper? I work for the Washington Times, and I've been embedded with the NSA since the leaks by Edward Snowden in June 2013.
Please explain the process of how you saw the NSA conduct surveillance.
Well, I did not actually see the active surveillance. Not many people did. I do understand the process from my years of reporting.
Can you elaborate?
The NSA uses social media, which is public access, and internet usage, which the user has to agree with looking for keywords that may be associated with a terrorist attack. Once they find what may be a possible planned act of terror, they ask for a warrant to track the usage of a certain person or persons' phones. Once that warrant has been granted, they stir up conversation. The NSA sends agents to that country and talk to that person's neighbors and government, trying to get the terrorist to make a phone call. If the terrorist is spooked, the NSA hopes that he will make a phone call and talk about that terrorist attack, which in the case they have prevented the terrorist attack.
Objection, Your Honor. We would like to claim there's no relevance to this testimony. The testimony that they just gave has nothing to do with the article that they just told us that surrounds this testimony.
Alright. While I agree that it is a very loose connection, I will allow the testimony. Prosecution, would you like to offer a rebuttal?
So they were saying how the reporter, Jennifer Harper, knows the general process of how the NSA works, but I don't. This article where the defense has posted, it has nothing to do with how the process works. What Jennifer Harper wrote about was a general poll of what people in Los Angeles Times, what an online poll said about how they felt about the NSA surveillance and what they felt, and whether they thought Edward Snowden was pure or villain.
Thank you. Ben, would you like to offer a rebuttal?
The Washington Times reporter was connected to the story, but a lot of it was made up testimony based on what she wrote. But she's a reporter for the Washington Times, and she was talking about the NSA, so we just had her embedded as an NSA reporter and loosely connected to what her writing was in the article.
Loosely is an apt term. Defense, would you like to call your next witness?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to bring up Hobbes as our witness. He is an expert in political philosophies and
Wait, what is it?
Remind you guys it's about 8 minutes. Decorum in the court, please.
all right, through your experience, how do you characterize people?
They are evil, selfish, and only involved in themselves.
Do you believe the average citizen is capable of protecting themselves without government?
No, people are too self-interested and don't think about what is beneficial to the nation as a whole. Therefore, disruption can occur. However, with the government's help, everything will be in order and the citizens of the country will remain secure.
Why do you believe what NSA is doing is for the greater good?
In order for there to be order in society, the government must intervene with the people and must establish strict laws or society will collapse. The NSA, in fact, is doing their job to make sure the nation itself is safe from terrorists and quasi-terrorists from within and outside of the nation. If we find ourselves in a world without security and order, society will crumble into a pile of barbaric human waste. Humans are naturally violent, as this was seen in many bombings and terrorist attacks throughout much of modern history. The NSA is not a scandal, but in fact a helpful way for the modern society to come together in peace and prosperity.
Thank you very much.
Prosecution, would you like to offer a rebuttal?
In America, we're a democracy. We do not believe what Hobbes has said about our government because he believes in a dictatorship or an authoritative government, while a democracy is one that is run by the people. Therefore, Thomas Hobbes' opinion about how the people are naturally evil, and the fact that he believes that the government needs to intervene and take away our liberties because we are evil is irrelevant in America because we believe that people are naturally good. That's why we give them so many liberties, so many rights, and the ability to vote and make changes to our government. Therefore, Thomas Hobbes' opinion about how the government should intervene is really irrelevant in America.
Defense?
Yeah, I would just like to say that I would like to bring up the Patriot Act. After 9/11, airports ramped up their security and people would give up their privacy at an airport and they would be randomly selected to be searched.
Wait, objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation. This conversation had nothing to do with the Patriot Act or what he said.
Do you have a different rebuttal you'd like to offer that pertains to what we've talked about so far? That's a rebuttal. Okay. Would you like to call another witness? Do you have any other evidence to offer in the court? Does the defense rest?